Welcome to Pink Radio with Prestige. This is the place for you, the diva boss entrepreneur who needs quick tips on building your crave-worthy brand. This is your host, Nicole Doss, CEO of the Prestige Society, a membership organization for women entrepreneurs who believe in building powerful networks while slanging in their industries. So I want you to go ahead and grab your favorite cup of coffee and get your favorite tips right here with Prestige. Hey everyone, this is your girl Nicole Doss and welcome to Pink Radio with Prestige. Today we're going to talk all about vision, the need to have crystallized vision, and how having that vision can move blockers, time stealers, and distractors away from your business, allowing you to be able to prosper. So let's jump right into it. So as you all know, or you may not know, I currently have 3 different mastermind groups going on right now with the Prestige Society. So we have Vision and Growth, where we focus on the vision and growth of our brands in 2018. We also then have the brand awareness, which is really like public relations for the diva boss. And then we have the Dream Big. So let me tell you a little bit why I chose these 3 different masterminds, and then better yet, where this has brought me, the aha moments I've had, and how it brought me into this whole thing around vision. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about vision and growth. When it comes to vision and growth, the reason why we're focusing on vision and growth is because we get so caught up, so tied up in just doing the work that we do not allow ourselves the time to strategize, to really think about, are our actions in alignment with the vision and mission for our company? See, we know how to hustle. We know how to grind. We know how to put out work. We know how to put out work so that we can eat. We know how to put out work and hope that we get enough money so we can eat. But what we don't do, and what we think is a waste of time sometimes, is the strategy part. Because see, strategy has the ability to come off as being a little vague, a little fluffy. If you don't really understand or appreciate strategy, you definitely think that alone is a time stealer. But if you're wise, and if you've ever had exposure to strategy sessions or the impacts or on success the strategies have had on organizations, then you understand that strategies are the necessity. They are the foreground of what you should be building your business on. You should not be moving into any tactical direction without any strategy that's in place. So if you don't understand that, then what happens is you just begin to work. And 9 times out of 10, the reason why some people move into this space is because in their 9 to 5s, they've only been a worker bee. Now, I use the term worker bee endearingly. I am not saying anything is wrong with being a worker bee, but let me tell you what happens when you're a worker bee. When you are an employee who has not been in a leadership position, you are not asked to strategize at all. You are asked to put forth outputs, to perform tasks that then allow you to yield a result. That's usually tied to the organizational goals or the department goals that has been set forth by your leadership team. And that's where the strategy usually lives, within the leadership. So if your leadership has not included you on any of the strategy, you have not taken part in any strategizing or strategy planning sessions. So then when you then go into the business, you can no longer operate in that space that you have in as an employee because you need new muscles. You need new skill set. So with this skill set, you need to strategize. So with Vision and Growth, we build strategies for your 2018 year. For dreaming big, that's huge. Because a lot of us believe that we are dreaming big, but when we begin to verbalize, we begin to speak our dreams, what ends up happening is that you realize you are disguising these other things as dreams, and dreams they are not. So let me give you some insight as to what I am referring to. So when you talk to certain individuals, especially when we first kicked off our Dream Big session for masterminds, we realized that we had a lot of posing dreams out there. That's right, some posers, right? And so what we realized is that we were wrapping up things that we thought that we could obtain. We were wrapping up things, goals, achievements that we thought were tangible. that we just knew that we can do, whether it's because we saw someone else do it prior to us or because we know that it's reachable or attainable, and then we dress it all up, throw a little makeup on his face, and say that right there, yeah, that's a dream. And I too will accomplish that. And so what we realized is that with Dream Big is that it's even in the words that we use and how we speak on our businesses. So when we started talking about our dream boards, even some of the members, they would start to talk about some of the things they were dreaming about. And then they would say, well, maybe not this year or maybe not this dream. And so the aha moment we all had that moment is that even our dreams are too small because we dress these limited beliefs up and call them dreams. So we challenged ourselves to dream outlandish dreams. We challenged ourselves to think so far beyond what we truly ever believe we can truly achieve. And we decide to call that thing, that larger than life thing, a dream. And then we decided to then put some strategy because, see, I'm not only a dreamer, I'm also someone who believes in yielding results. So we also decided, okay, well, if we're going to dream, how could we get there if money, resources, time, access weren't an issue? And then we began to chart that journey, and the rest of February is going to be how we experience believing that we can live the incredible, and that's part of Dream Big. And the reason why you have to dream big as an entrepreneur is because if you begin to place limiting beliefs on your business, then you are not creating an empire that is crave-worthy. You are just merely being an employee of your business. You are just working in your business. You're not strategizing. You're not bringing it to the next level. You are just merely maintaining in your business. And so for those who are ambitious and who dream and who care to live their most crave-worthy life, they understand the importance of just dreaming big and learning how to also exercise that muscle, because Lord knows the way you were raised, the families that help to mold the way we think about ourselves and our business and what we're capable of, society, our friends, our husbands, our loved ones. See, everyone likes to place things and people in boxes, and so it's very important to be amongst other women, especially women entrepreneurs, who also believe that you have to definitely come out of that box and allow yourself the freedom, the liberation of dreaming big. And so then that brings us to our brand babes, brand awareness masterminds. And that's because anyone who does not believe that their organization, their company, their brand doesn't deserve public relations, or it's not ready for public relations, we wanted to have a very candid conversation around, excuse me, really what's public relations and what should any small business use it for. And we realize it's for any and everything in all actuality. It's whether you want to introduce the world to your brand, if you want to clear the conversation and the understanding between what your company does and make that communication very crystal clear for all of its intended audiences. It's if you're launching a new product, a new service. It's if you want to increase your brand awareness. It's if you want to be able to then have more media outlet. It's for all of these things. So it could be for all of these things. It could be for one of these things, maybe one or two of these things. So really, it's at the lowest of the lowest of what you would think you would need public relations for, all the way out to the pie in the sky dream of where you would like to see your brand. And what we realize is that publicists, let me tell you something, they are so valuable. They are so valuable. They are worth. When you get a publicist, I had a publicist and she was a beast. And when they know how to put in their work, honey, you realize they are so valuable. But what happens is that when you get to the point where you really can't afford your publicist, you better invest time into doing the right things that you need to make sure that your brand gets the TLC it deserves when it comes to public relations. So we created all three of these masterminds so that women entrepreneurs have the ability to soar. I believe that this is the year of the woman, and so everything that I'm doing is about giving women that platform, access, tools, ability to soar. So with that, my aha moment is around what happened last week for me when it came to vision. And I share this in hopes that as you begin to expand your brand, you're able to tie this to something that you're currently using or doing. You're able to put this into some type of practice where you begin to think about your brand. But of course, I have a story. So I'm going to share with you my story. And from there, I want you to be able to hopefully take some gems. So Tuesday started our masterminds last Tuesday. And so we had vision and growth. So the pre-work to the vision and growth mastermind was to create a vision board. And you had to create a vision board, but separate from the vision board, I asked the ladies to create a vision and mission statement. Now, the reason being is that the vision board was not this, overarching vision board. It was a vision board very specific to the year 2018, things you wanted to accomplish for 2018. So anything that you want to tackle for 2018, that's what I want you to put on your vision board. And the reason why I then in turn wanted them to be able to then focus on the vision and mission statement of their company is because sometimes there is a misalignment in the things that we are focused on and what we believe we have grounded our business in. And I wanted to make sure that there was no misalignment. So what should happen if this is done correctly is that your vision board and your mission and vision statements should be aligned. Now, it shouldn't be exact, right? It shouldn't be apples to apples, or it shouldn't be so exact that you see everything that you put in your vision statement on your vision board, because at the end of the day, your vision statement and your mission statement should really be what you think your company will achieve within the next 5 years. So over a span of 5 years, what is it that you really think you're going to achieve? So if I've only asked you to create a vision board for just 1 year, and that's the current year of 2018, then that means that what's going to happen is that your vision board should show how you're planting the seeds that will allow you to get to that overarching view that you have created for yourself through your vision and mission statement that spans for the next 5 years. Okay? You guys are with me? All right. I know I'm dropping some heavy stuff, so I will slow it down so you get it. Okay? All right. Awesome. So one of the things that I realized, or let me just explain with you some of the things I put on my vision board, is that I wanted to make sure that I had social impact, like global social impact. I wanted to start doing some things where we're giving back to communities, whether it's here or abroad. I wanted to start building and planting the seeds for our investment circle. I wanted to make sure that we are spending some time with media, not with social media, because social media I think we're good at, but spending some time with media, making sure that our message is going out. I wanted to make sure that we are spreading our membership, making sure that we are creating more and more active members, very active, very engaged members, making sure that we are getting more chapters substantiated within the nation, and then looking at ultimately doing some international chapters. So everything is around this vision and mission statement, around helping provide access, opportunities, and resources to build powerful networks for the woman entrepreneur through continuous education and honing their skills so that they can substantiate themselves as experts, leading experts within their industry. So I go, I have this vision mastermind, I share my vision board, I share my vision and mission statement. I feel great. I feel awesome. I feel freaking phenomenal. Okay? I go to this entrepreneurship book club. It's not even a book club. It's really another mastermind. They just don't call it that. With a friend of mine's church. And I gotta tell you, it was that night that it all clicked for me. And right before we left, the facilitator said, we're reading T.D. Jakes' book, Soar. And the facilitator said, hey, so I want to say something really quickly before you guys go about vision. You love how alignment works. Don't you love how confirmation works? So the whole topic wasn't on vision, but right before we left, he wanted to make sure we had this conversation on vision. So in this conversation around vision, he says, there's a part in the book where it says that you should be absolutely crystal in your focus and in your vision. And that if you're focused on everything, then you're not doing any one thing well. He said, if you're a baker, then focus on making chocolate chip cookies. It worked for Mrs. Fields. And it hit me. Oh my gosh, like this moment of clarity. It's like a lightning bolt just came and it just hit me. And what hit me is that I no longer want to do anything that has to deal with branding or websites or business cards or anything of that nature for other businesses. It's crazy because I knew in my gut I didn't want to do it, but I wasn't sure if it was me being afraid to try something different or if there was something else. This is why you have to always have your vision and your mission statement available. Now, when I first went into this realm, I saw myself kind of substantiating myself like, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. Like, we're going to really build how we are, this branding and marketing and education, and we're going to be investment, like an investment firm, a VC firm. We're going to do all these things. We are going to be the one-stop shop for the woman entrepreneur so that no matter where she is in her journey, she can utilize it. So at the time, I mean, it sounded great. It sounded awesome. But what happened was that as a solopreneur, and that's a whole other topic on a whole other day about how we no longer need to be a solopreneur, and we meaning me. Well, what happened is that I realized that it took away from what I was supposed to be doing. I truly believe that I have talents and gifts, and this now is for you guys. You should also know that you have talents and gifts. I shared this on a couple of lives, Facebook Live, Instagram Live. I mean, I was sharing this all last week. But the first thing is that I can sing, right? Like, I can sing. I know I can sing. I have been in singing groups growing up, thought I was going to be signed. Like, I mean, I can sing. I can harmonize with you. Like, I don't just hold a note. I can sing. I know I can. It's not me being cocky. It's just it's a fact. I know I can. I can. I have been a singer for years. But that's not my calling. It's a gift. And I use my gift when I need to. I think I was speaking for the WNAACP. So that's the women's arm of the NAACP for the South Jersey chapter. And I just started busting out singing, yes, Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, Jesus loves me. Like, yes, I did, because we were speaking to women about why in the world, if you know that song, like you know the back of your hand, do you not believe that you are here to live an abundant life? Right? So the Spirit called on me to sing, so hey, I sang it. But I'm not a singer. No, I do not wish to be a singer. I do not wish to go, and will not go and look to get signed. I will not create a demo. That's not what I'm here to do. I've danced since the time I was 3 years old, started competing nationally at the age of 6, danced all the way up until my 3-year-old at the time was like maybe just a baby, like maybe 3, 4, 5 months old. And once the dance studio that I was working for at the time closed, I decided that was the time for me to move on because I could no longer juggle all the different things I wanted to do in my life. There were other things I wanted to do. So although I think that I'm a very talented dancer, although I think I'm a very talented choreographer, that is not the calling. That's not my purpose. That's not why I'm here. It's a talent. It's a gift. I enjoy these gifts. I enjoy these talents, but it's not why I'm here. My purpose is to teach. My purpose is to connect. My purpose is to empower. And that is what I use the vehicle and the platform of the Prestige brand to do. So when I start using my gifts for design to help others, it begins to take away the time that I'm supposed to be spending on teaching and empowering others. I mean, this is something that you got to realize. Like, what are you currently doing right now? And let me tell you something. Money is the devil. Like, granted, listen, let's take 2 steps back. Money isn't the devil, right? It's the emphasis that we put on money. Like, you got to be very, very careful. Guys, I'm being so honest with you. You have to be very, very, very careful. And I'm going to explain to you why. Because When you allow money to drive every decision and you're not allowing your passion and your purpose to drive it, no matter how much someone pays you, it's never enough. It's never enough. So, for instance, I enjoy working on the website for the Prestige Society. I enjoy making it engaging. I enjoy trying to find ways to engage non-members as well as members. I enjoy that. But when I began to build websites for clients, I quickly realized how much I didn't like it at all. And I kind of had a feeling I wasn't going to like it because when I was first told, like, Nicole, you should really do this for others, I was like, But then I thought that was just me being scared. So then when I decided to finally go ahead and do it, honestly, like the clientele came and I was like, wow, this is really awesome. So I was really blessed with clientele. And I had really awesome clients. It wasn't like my clients weren't awesome. It was that I did not enjoy doing it. And any time that I spent on doing the websites or doing any type of marketing materials or doing business cards, what began to happen is that I didn't like it. Business cards weren't so much a problem. Actually, business cards are like easy peasy. But like the website piece, you could forget it. I mean, I hated spending the time doing this. So it began to zap, like literally take away all of my energy. I had no time to think about content for the Prestige Society. I had no time to think about how, when, where we were going to go set up these. I wanted to go to Charlotte and set up a pink chapter in Charlotte. I mean, I had to spit out output. I had to get things done for these clients that I really did not want to do the work. And then what happens is when you're not in it, when you're not passionate about it, let me tell you what that means. So as I'm sitting there, and I know there's other things I need to do. There's a pink ink blog post that I have to get up. Because when you do, for me, like listen, when I do pink ink, which is my blog, I don't just put up the blog post. I have to market it. So that means I have to make the Instagram post for it. It means I have to also do the banner. So when you come to the site, you can see the banner. I mean, there's all these different things that you have to do. So I want you to think about this for a moment. So while I am working on someone else's website, I am not tending to the things that I need to do there. I did not have any meetups, I don't think, really, that I attended for Prestige. I lost members. Like now, that's a problem. So as I'm sitting there working on websites, I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, I should have gotten more money. And the reality is, no, you shouldn't. You should have gotten more money. The problem is you so don't like what you're doing that no matter how much money someone would pay you, it still won't be enough. I mean, at the end of the day, isn't that what you say about your 9 to 5? Isn't that how you feel about going to that cubicle that you don't really like going to every day because you can't work on your business because your business isn't as lucrative as you wish it could be to be able to support your lifestyle? So then why would you bring that into your business? Your business is your outlet. Your business is the place where you're supposed to be using your purpose so that you can make a profit, so that you don't have to go on that hamster wheel doing things that you no longer take joy in. I remember years ago when Tiffany Aliche, also known as the Budgetnista, came to my home and did an in-home party for my girlfriends and I. She used to do these financial parties. And she said, every time I'm doing something, I ask myself, do I enjoy doing it? And if the answer is no, I stop. So between when I went back to the vision board, when I went back to my vision and mission statement, there was no room on my vision board, no space in my vision and mission statement that had anything to do with creating branding or website design for women bosses. Like there was nothing spoke to that at all. And it was so clear I couldn't even see it. It was right in front of my face. I didn't even see it until that night before we left. The facilitator said, and before you go, I want to share with you something TD Jake said about vision. I mean, you got to love confirmation. You got to love when things come together. Because at that moment, I remember walking out and telling my hairstylist, Shakira, I was like, Shakira, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want to do it. I took it off my website. I feel so free. Once I wrap up the final 2 clients that I have, I'm going to feel even better because I don't enjoy it. What are you currently doing with your brand? What are you currently doing with your business that you don't enjoy. And let's be very clear, it paid well. It paid me more than my members at Prestige could ever pay me. So when you look at your business and you seriously think about cutting away a lucrative side of your business because you no longer enjoy it, that's how you know you really are aligned to your purpose. When you really know that, because the reality is this, it's not that my memberships could not pay that amount. The problem is that I didn't invest the time to get the number of members to be able to make the same amount that the websites were. I put more time and more effort into getting clients so that I can do their websites than I did in getting the members, which is crazy because what was I doing? I was chasing the money. The money was there. The money was faster. The money was there, tangible. I could see it. It was so much more. Literally, 10 members of Prestige would equal the lowest package for websites. 10 members. 10 members equal the lowest package of my website. So I can do one 3-page website and be done with it and have 10 members join Prestige. Do you know how much effort it is to get 10 members to join Prestige at any given moment? How much effort does it take you to get 10 clients to buy from you at once? When you say, I'm going to cut that piece of your business off and you actually feel relieved, that's how you know. It just is not in alignment with what it is that you have for your business. So here's what I want you guys to do as we wrap it up. I want you to take some time to look at how you have positioned your company. I want you to write down all the services that you're doing. I want you to look at your vision and your mission statement. And if you don't have a vision and mission statement, let me help you. I want you to ask yourself, what does your business do? How do you get it done? And why do you do it? Okay? And when you answer those things, I think 5 years from now, how are these things happening? So when you get through with that, what I want you to do is I want you to pull it back and I want you to look at all of the services you are currently doing. Are they aligned? It's okay if they're not. Sometimes we get off a tangent. I get off of a tangent all the time just in talking with y'all. But we just got to pull it back in because when we aren't doing things that are intentional, when we aren't operating our businesses on purpose, we are doing a disservice to ourselves. You have to map out the processes that are important for you so that way you understand exactly what it is that you're supposed to do with your brand. You don't feel like you're banging your head against the wall. You don't feel like, oh, you just aren't getting paid enough. If you ever think to yourself you aren't getting paid enough and you know that you are fairly priced, because see, let me tell you something. Feelings and data are two very different things. Feelings will create a whole different narrative than what data will tell you. So I can say, oh, I don't feel like I'm getting paid the right amount. I can go and research and see what's comparable in my field. And if I see what's comparable in my field, and I see that, well, I'm actually in the same playing range, then why do I feel this way? And if you feel like no matter when you work on it, it feels like work, then you need to rethink your business, boo. Yes, you do. And you need to rethink your business because you're not in alignment with your purpose. See, when you're working in your purpose and you're working on intentional purpose, you find joy even when there's no coins to follow. I'm going to take a number from Trey because Trey Kearney always says you should hashtag that. When you find joy, that means when you're so aligned to your purpose, it means you find joy in doing the work even when there's no coins to follow. So I really want you to ask yourself, are you really working in your purpose? And what does your vision tell you about your brand? So with that, guys, I want you to just think about it. I want you to write it down. I want you to be intentional. But most importantly, I want you guys to have those crystallized focus on your brand. This is your girl, Nicole Doss, saying have an awesome, blessed, and productive day. See you later. Bye.